We have a problem with employees, especially those in government-related departments. When I was in the civil service or when I was in the intelligence, that problem was unheard of in the civil service and in the parastatals. But it was there in private sector. Today, it is the vice versa. You hardly hear of it in the private sector, but it is so much in the civil service. As I record this, the members of staff of Moi University have are on strike, because of the same. They started a strike. Other employees, other universities joined them. Other universities agreed with the university staff unions, including WASU. So the other universities called off the strike, but Moi University continued with the strike because their problem is the problem that other universities had, plus the other problem that they had or they have is these deductions. Whenever an employee is paid, there are some deductions which are made on his or her salary. These deductions go towards the government, pay as you earn. They go towards health, which was called NHIF, but today it is called SHIF. They also are deducted something to go to the cooperative. They are also deducted something to go to their pension, and they are also deducted something to go to their loans if they have taken. Now, all of them, after the deduction, the amount is supposed to be sent to the relevant authorities. Money is supposed to be sent to the treasury because of pay as you earn. Money is supposed to be sent to the pension scheme so that this employee, when he or she retires, has pension. This deduction is supposed to be sent to the cooperative as shares. This deduction is supposed to be sent to the loans. The employee can have one or more loans, such as you can have a loan through the bank, and at the same time, you can have a loan through the cooperative. These people are also supposed to be deducted money for various reasons. I've forgotten the other reason I wanted to say. But then, this is where the problem comes. Sickness has no date. So you become sick and you go to the hospital. Allow me to use the word NHIF because shift starts in a few days to come, 1st October. Now you go to the hospital, you are sick. NHIF is supposed to take care of your medication. That is when you learn that even though your employer was deducting money for those who get pay slips, you'll get that you have been deducted money which goes to NHIF. But the employer does not remit it to the NHIF. So you are sick or your dependent is sick, you are taken to hospital, the hospital contacts the NHIF. NHIF says that for the last 6 or so months, you have not been remitting. But for the last 6 or so months, your employer has been deducting money from you, but not taking it to the NHIF. So what happens? You are treated like somebody who is not insured. It means that you have to pay at the market rate your hospital medication. You may even find yourself, I'm aware of a case where a patient is even taken out of the hospital and taken to, you see, if you have an insurance or anything, you are taken to this Kina Nairobi hospital, isn't it? Now, if your insurance has not been paid, maybe your pocket allows you to go to the public hospital. So you are transferred, you pay for an insurance, for an ambulance from Nairobi hospital to Kenyatta National Hospital. You are taken to a general ward. And imagine you used to work and you had even applied. You see, maybe you are entitled to be paying 500 per month, but you decide to pay double so that when you are sick, you are taken to the best hospital. For your information, Nairobi hospital is 2 things in one. It is a 5-star hotel, at the same time, a hospital. So any treatment that you are treated there, for medication, you are treated as is it a 7-star, level 7 hospital? And at the same time, any accommodation you have there, the sleeping, the meals and everything, you are treated as if you have been admitted into a 5-star hotel. Now, because your employer, and you mind yourself so much, and you mind your family so much, that unajinyima until you go to an extent that you get a very low salary, so that should you be sick, you can go to these high cost hospitals. Only when the sickness get you, you have found that you have not paid for that. So you go back to, you see, if you are to use the NHIF in Nairobi hospital, maybe you'll not even pay anything. But here you are taken to a general ward in Kenyatta, and your friends now go around doing harambe so that they raise 50 to 75,000 shillings for you to be treated at Kenyatta. Whereas if your employer would have been paying, you'd have stayed in a 5-star hotel called Nairobi Hospital, and you'd pay nothing. Now that is National Hospital Insurance, or what we call it, SHIF. We go to loans. Whether you have taken 1 or 2 or more, that is up to you. You know what you get and you know what you are comfortable with. And if you don't pay loan, it is you who has chosen not to pay loan, and it is you who has to suffer the consequences. But here's a case where you have seen cases, and I think the people who are very notorious for this are members of parliament, both the senators and the members of the National Assembly. What they usually do is they take several loans. When they take several loans, they get a payslip that shows that they are getting 30%. So when you visit the MP and tell him a lot of things, he or she, mostly are men, he will show you his payslip, which indicates that he has 30,000 shillings. So he'll not even show you loan number 1, loan number 4. He'll just go to the last line and says net pay for the month of this and that, 30,000. So you have decided that in the next, your kids are joining the university, 2 or 3 kids of your kids are joining university in the next 3 years. So you decide kujinyima so that when the kids go to the university, now you can pay everything, especially the non-educational things such as hostel and out-of-pocket expenditure. You decide that. And then at the appropriate time, now you laugh all the way to the bank expecting to get what you have saved and what you have done, whatever what you have done that. And then you are told that for the last 6 months, you have not been paying for that. Then you go back to haram. That is evil. That is criminal. That is sinful. Now, as I finish off, I want to say why these people do this. Universities have found, not universities, but these government and parastatals. I said universities because of more university. Parastatals, especially, have found a soft spot. For some reasons, some are genuine, some are not. For example, county governments, they get money from the central government. And also, they have some money that they use, that they collect, cess and so on. Now, when they are collecting this and whatever, and what the government has sent, they find that they have a shortfall. So they come and say that since the central government has sent them less money, and maybe the government will send them money in 2 to 3 months' time, they do the deduction from the employees, but they do not remit it. They do not remit it to the people concerned. The National Hospital Insurance, the loans, car loan, house loans, education loans, and so on. You have your salary, they deduct a half of your salary. Now, what they do is that they look at the salaries of people. You are supposed to pay 20 million their employees. Now, those employees have deduction, which I've already named. So they decide that since the deductions are 5 million, then instead of forwarding this deduction to the statutory bodies, let us pay the employees. Let us pay the employees minus the deduction, and the deduction we don't take there. So that, for example, the salary is 20 million. Yeah, the salary is 20 million, and the deduction is 5 million. So they say that, okay, we have 15 million. Let us give them. And then when the government, the central government brings the money, then we can take that 5 million to the statutory deduction. But somewhere in between, people do suffer. And they do suffer. Even loans, you find that you have signed an agreement with the people that you'll be paying, let's say, 5,000 for the loan that you took, the car loan, the house loan, or even whatever investment you may have started. Now, in those loans, failure or being late to pay, you incur an expense, an interest. Now, you as an employee has been deducted the 5 million. All of you have been deducted 5 million. But the 5 million has been late in being submitted to the people, who the loan, the insurance, the hospital, and whatever. So when the central government now brings the money to the parastatal, or if the central government now brings money to the county government, it is the 5 million that is sent to those people. Remember what I've said. If you have delayed in sending, if you are delayed in sending the money, you incur interest. They don't set the interest. And remember also, somewhere hapo katikati, there is some employees who have been sick. And when they have been sick, they go to the hospitals and they are told they are not entitled to. We have even had cases where even employees are sent to the CRB. They are sent to CRB, yet they have paid. First of all, I would say that the affected people should even pay the interest. If the employee is being surcharged for the late remittance and you remitted, you deducted in time, then you are the one to pay that. But then we should work into a system where in future this thing should not be there. I would rather you even pay. I'd rather you even pay the statutory deduction and underpay the employee. Thank you.